Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is the McFarlane Toys Doom Slayer DOOMicorn figure. Now, I will admit, I haven't played a game of Doom in quite some time. I probably haven't played it since the first game that ever came out, and I loved that first game, but generally not my sort of game. I'm not really great at first-person shooters. There, I said it. So I actually have no reference, no idea what the DOOMicorn is, or what it's supposed to look like, or any of the accessories and any of that. So all that's going to go quite over my head. I still appreciate McFarlane Toys for hooking me up with the figure. You can kind of show off. We're going to show off some packaging here. So I'm really going to judge the figure on the figure itself. It's not going to be so much of how much of a adaptation of a take on the Doom figure is like from the game, but I'm just going to have to judge it on the accessories and articulation, all that stuff. So it comes with the base, with a nice Doom logo on it. Now, let me get the figure out. Oh, there we go. That's what I was looking for. It's funny, because of the color of the figure, I didn't see where any of this was. So, alright, so I think this goes right here. Alright, pop that off. And I have a feeling this goes on the back. Oops, like this, that I popped it off as well. So, that's all on me. There we go. Alright. So let's get the box to the side for a second. Looks like there's probably going to be other things we're going to have to cut out, but we'll get to it when we get to it, and just kind of talk about the figure itself. Already, it's very popular with the 2-year-old set. My 2-year-old daughter, who is obsessed with the unicorn figure, she saw it sitting ready for me to review it, and has currently claimed it as hers. So DOOMicorn is going to be a popular figure that's going to go along with her RC from Transformers, or Giant Spider-Man, and her Little People's home. So it'll be fun to watch DOOMicorn try to go into Little People home. Very popular with the 2-year-old set, apparently. She's, of course, obsessed with unicorns, and that's what she saw. Alright, so joking aside, and that wasn't really jokes, it's actually the truth. Let's look at the figure itself, and we're going to start with the basics. I always like to do the stand test to see how well the figure stands up. Not an issue at all. Very, very stable when it comes to that. And let's go with the movement and joint of the figure. Mostly side to side, not much up and down on that. Knee, I think it's actually technically double joint or double bent, but no, actually I think it's just one on right here. As far as the knee, we don't get the double joint. Waist has got, well, actually the knee goes up too. Goes up that way. That's interesting. Waist, stiff. It doesn't go up a lot, but we get a little bit of movement. Going like there, it's not quite. Let's see here. Waist, side to side, no problem. Up and down, there's a little bit. At the waist too, there's a little bit of give, but not tons. Let's go with the arm. Arm's very stiff. I'm actually afraid of my daughter stabbing herself with some of these spikes. Alright, we got the elbow. Up and down. Wrist. We get a little, it's definitely side to side, no problem. It looks like it is supposed to move, but I just can't get it to move because of the gauntlet. Yeah, like there's a ball joint, so I would guess it should be able to move, and I can see the ball joint to it that's got the hinge, but I'm having trouble making it move. Alright. And head. A little bit side to side. Not as much as one would think. And it's very, very stiff. So there are a lot of cool movements otherwise. We get the kind of the shoulder gun, very Predator of the shoulder gun, so that's got some good hinge movement to it. Holds up pretty well, and of course the shoulder pieces hinge as well to help the arm movement of the arms. Problem is, as we've seen with some of the shoulder pieces with joins, they pop off pretty easy. Detail. I mean, this figure is very detailed. One, there's some girth to it, or some weight to it. It's like, it's a pretty heavy figure. As I said, with a couple other McFarlane toys, like you feel like you can whack someone over the head and do some damage. The detail on this is impressive. Like, so far with the articulation, I'm kind of on it, and obviously some of the pieces pop off. So for me, this seems like more of a display figure than anything else. You know, this isn't one I would maybe go and get for doing a lot of photography and any of that, so I think it's a fairly stiff figure when that goes, but the detail on the figure is a lot. We get a lot of kind of like these raised areas. You can see it on the glove, on the armor, on the side. The armor itself has tons of layers to it. It really does feel like a suit of armor, of space marine armor. Lots of detail on the back as well. I mean, this is a very detailed figure. Credit where credit's due. To me, the sculpting on this is impressive. The figure itself, I'm kind of a little mixed on. The coloring is interesting in that it feels like there was an attempt to like give some depth to it so that it wasn't completely white, but it just doesn't feel complete in a weird way. Like put a wash over it and then maybe do some highlighting to it. I think there would be a little bit more. You know, I know it's not miniatures, but it's just the white feels more dirty and played with than like someone tried to give white depth, if that makes sense. This just feels like a figure that's been played with a kid from a kid for a couple months at this point, and it's just dirty from grubby hands. And, you know, it's not a horrible thing to say, I think, but, like, it's weird. Like, I really, with start doing some of the accessories. With the pink so clean, and the white, the unicorn helmet so clean, and the unicorn actual, like, this part so clean, the white itself feels really weird. I don't know why it doesn't feel right. Alright. So we got a whole bunch of extra stuff, too, to hook up to it. We got some wings on the back that attaches to the back, and then it goes up to the mane, which attached, you see, no problem at all. And then we, of course, got the unicorn ponytail with the tail that attached with no problem at all. You know, it's a fun figure. I'm not going to knock the figure a ton. It's not something I'm going to sit here and praise and absolutely love and be like, oh my god, you have to get this for your collection. I can see if you are a Doom fan, really digging it, and the detail is impressive. I have no idea what this is. It is, I don't know if it tells what the accessories are. Okay, so this goes like under the gauntlet apparently. So this apparently goes like this. So I have no idea what that is. But the stuff that attaches really easily to the figure. So that's cool. And then we've got what is this actually is probably the best thing comes out of the figure. There actually is some good depth to it. I like the coloring. I like the shading. I think this is a good example of what I was maybe looking for on some of the other McFarlane figures, and this one in particular is the suit. The suit just looks like it's a weird off-white, dirty off-white coloring. It doesn't look like it's actually shaded like this. This you can actually see some shading to it. It's cool design. I'm gonna give them props on that. It's actually a really cool design. So let's see how easy it is to get in the hand. The answer is pretty easy. Doesn't really stay in the hand very well. Because that fell out in about all of 2 seconds. Yeah, so a little bit of a bummer as far as that. Alright, there we go. Now we got the gun in a little bit. So that was a little bit more of a pain in the butt than it needed to be. So yeah, like, this isn't a bad figure. You know, obviously if you're a Doom fan, you're probably going to like this way more, be into this way more than I am. But yeah, like the white seems a little off to me. I do like how the accessories attach on. They attach on really easily. That's not an issue at all. You know, the gun accessory is actually really nice. This weird proby thing on the left arm is really nice. And the figure itself has a lot of great detail to it. That is actually somewhat impressive to me. Just the suit itself is something, like, I know it's not going to be appreciated in this video just because there's so much to it. And it's gonna be difficult to see overall in the video. I mean, I can kind of do this, and maybe you can pause and check out some of the detail. But like the layers, the lines, the small little like dots and raised spots here and there, like it's actually really impressive as far as that aspect. But like overall figures for me, like it's good. It's not one that I would absolutely have to have for my collection. Myself, but like overall it's a nice solid figure. There's a lot to really like about it. So yeah, so this is the McFarlane Toys DOOMicorn figure, Doom Slayer figure. Should be out now. You can get it. We'll go and get some links for you to go and get your own. If they probably will be affiliate links, so we get a small percentage of that. By doing that, you help support our site, though, so thank you. And speaking of support, I want to thank McFarlane Toys for hooking us up with a review copy of this. We appreciate it, and thank you for watching. Now, if you're into McFarlane Toys, if you're into toys in general, comic books, stuff like that, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics, keep playing with your toys, and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.